everybody's ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Baltimore Ravens. It's our Monday night opener for the season. Both teams are set up, and off we go. Has this at the 6. Pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Go play action here. It's Milrow. Ball's complete over the middle. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the 43.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Shotgun now for Milrow. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And the stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. It's a full 40 yards on the play, Brock, and a new set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing now, Milrow. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game, and things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Mustang 19. 60, Matt. 70. 65, 60. Trap 60. Trap 60. 18. Ready.
Air it out on 3rd. Down to the 10. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens take a 7-0 lead as he starts this year 1 for 1. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good work so far. He's got room. And he's all the way up across the 40 before heading out of bounds.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
First carry now, this is Bashal Tootin. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Now it's Lawrence. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, gets good coverage, contested catches will really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
3rd down, Lawrence to throw. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. And, partner, I think we just got to look at what's going to be one of their biggest challenges in this one, operating quick enough to neutralize that pass rush.
That's right. And I know it's very, very early, obviously the opening drive, but hits like that compound. That's why defenses stress it each and every week to get after the quarterback, because hits like that can have an effect throughout.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Loading up on the left. It's going to be trips to that side. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Check.
Pistol now for Milroe. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. Well, he will get to that 30-yard line before they stop him. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. 18, 10, 30-yard line.
Milroe from the gun. Has it downfield, working the left. And he has it into the red zone as he reaches that 20-yard line. No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
On the jump.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down.
Here we go. Trap going.
Out of the gun, Henry. Gets it to the 15. And this is going to make it down to the 6. That's going to set him up with 1st and goal.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want in the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the game they did.
Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. And Baltimore finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Ravens picked up the fumble and ran it home. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. This return starts at the 5. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Jaguars look ready to go. Here comes 1st and 10.
Red.
Lawrence in the pistol. Here's a screen for Tootin. Escapes a defender. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Jacksonville 1st down. One play in, and they are already close to midfield. 1st and 10. It's Lawrence. Looking slant route, complete. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
So we're down to 3 quarters remaining in our opening weekend of football. Our score, 14-0. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
We've set it downs for him from the 31. Back to the air, Lawrence. Pass is caught at the 9. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. Just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. LaJohntay Westert to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Come on. 18, 9, 70 Lions. Let's go.
From the gun, Milrow. Finds him over the middle. And some excellent work to drive them all the way up past the 30-yard line. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Milrow looking to throw. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
19.
Milrow throwing again now on second down. Pass into the hands of Devontae Walker. And this is going to take him up and across midfield there at the opposing 45. They'll come up on first and 10.
Here we go. 70 Timberwolves. 70 Lions.
From the gun, a run for Henry. This run is going to push him inside the 40. Give him 7 there.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Henry on second. It's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. He gets 6 on that play, and that's going to be a Baltimore first.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go now. Ready.
Throwing here, Milrow. This is caught. That's Walker. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-point lead. It's a Tez Walker touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Fielded at the 7. Making some progress here. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. To throw it. Called in by Goddard, left side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set.
Brings up second and 5 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action. Lawrence. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Jaguars first down.
Running from the pistol, it's Tootin. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from M&T Bank Stadium coming up. So they'll head up here first and 10 from the 34. Here's Lawrence to throw. And he can't escape. He goes down. A flag no down with him. Let's see, did somebody hold up front, or is this marker going to wipe away that great sack? So a fresh set of downs after the penalty. On first and 10, here's Lawrence. Finds a seam down the middle. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. Giving an 18-yard pickup there. And that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down, Jaguars.
We're at 23. Here we go.
Tootin gets it from the gun. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Jags working fast here, trying to get back to the line.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the Ravens' 11-yard line.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. No place to go. Ravens taken down. And for the second straight play, Brock, they're headed the wrong way, and that's going to bring up a tough third down.
Well, the first sack of the game, Kate, as you just called, is a big one. You're going to make this guy pay if he's trying to play too much hero ball. Got to find a way to get the ball out of your hand.
Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. This is a tough spot to be in. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, Ron!
3rd and long for him here. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Facing 4th down, the Jags electing to send out Cam Little for this field goal try. From the right hash, 52 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that gets him back to within 11.
Hey, facing a deficit, it's going to follow you into halftime in that locker room. They will welcome those 3 points and a little bit of feel-good momentum.
Here's Wester on the return. And he made a push for the 30-yard line before going out just a bit shy. Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Milroe. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. That was Zay Flowers, the intended receiver. So it'll be 2nd down.
Cut 19! Cut 19! 7 Pirates! Drag 68! Go!
Milroe now to throw. Short pass brought in. And this one doesn't go far.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Warrior 70. Steady.
Back to throw it. Escapes out to the left. That's the line, he's going to run for it. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. Return coming from the 6. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Hand off to Tootin. Powering his way forward a bit. Give him about 6 there to begin this drive.
That run may not have gotten you a first, but sure a nice little run to set the table.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Now Lawrence. Throw right side, caught by Thomas. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. He gets 16 yards on that play. And the Jaguars have a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
Hey, go, go!
Throwing on 1st down, Lawrence. He's got it inside the 25. This is all the way to the 13-yard line.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Offense in the hurry up here.
1-yard gain.
Hey, brings up
2nd and 9.
11. Here we go.
Lawrence in the pistol. This one's caught. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Third down, they need 7.
Red on red. Hey, circle. Take right open.
Out of the gun, Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. It's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want.
And this is going to be a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal, and I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in, and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
They'll try it on the ground, and they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead, only a field goal now.
18.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Here's Wester on the return. And he's out a little short of the 30.
LeJohntay Wester on the return. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard
Ravens to the line now. 1st and 10.
Get it. 18, Rodley. Hawk, 7, 19, Lion.
Milroe from the gun. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Will take over just outside the red zone as he goes out of bounds. Well, they left the locker room in front. Great position to be in, right? But a shaky start to half number 2 with that interception.
We know that no lead in the NFL is safe. A 1-point lead, something that looks insurmountable. How many of these games so often come down to one possession in the end? With a half of football left, you just can't give away too many gifts in too many possessions.
And he brings it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars parlay the interception into points. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against a defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Little tacks on the extra point. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead.
Ravens 21. Cam Little, the kickoff for the Jaguars.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Wester on the return. Things going well so far. And some excellent field position awaiting them. That return up close to the 40 before he went out. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens headed up 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Pistol now for Milroe. Taking a deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete. After the incompletion, still at the 38. It's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Throwing from the gun here. Caught by Flowers. And they've got to him just a step or 2 before he can reach the 40 as he's sent out. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
70 Timberwolves. Buffalo 18. Let's go. Come next.
From the gun, Milroe. Looks like the Jaguars got to it.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it after his second interception of the season. Well, okay, I guess we've got a couple of very giving teams today, Brock. One side coughs it up with a fumble, and the other side graciously hands it right back with the interception.
Hey, listen, if you like playmaking defenses, then you like this game right here. These defenses...
Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's a Taz Walker touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 3. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Offense to the line. Trips left. Here comes first and 10.
Hey, Rob. Hey, kill. Here we go.
On the give, it's Tootin. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Lawrence working from the gun. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. And the Ravens are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
At the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. To throw. Here's Milrow. Completed to Flowers. Jags pick it up. Excellent return here as they get the football, and they're going to take over on the opposing side of midfield.
Hey, Kate, these last few minutes make me want to look away. A really rough series of events here for an old retired quarterback to watch.
Wish you could see him up here. All these on and quick, and they bring it down. And the drive begins with a rough first step there. That's going to bring up second down.
It's second down.
Inside give here for Tootin. He's still going at the 30. He's forced out of bounds after a nice play there, but still, Brock, not enough to avoid third down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Lawrence. Got his man. Thomas has it. And out he goes on the final play of the quarter. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
Hey, Lion. Hey, son. Take right open. Here we go.
From the red zone now. And he will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 4th quarter lead. Dallas Goedert the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Little able to connect on the point after. And the Jaguars take a 4-point lead. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Western on the return. And they get to him before he can amount to much, just beyond that 15-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready up.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
18. 60 Bison.
Throwing here, Milrow. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
Finds him over the middle. And they're not going to bring him down until he reaches, looks like the 28. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give the quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Has him on the quick hitter. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's Milrow, first and 10. Put the body on the line for his team. So 20 yards on that play. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Throwing now, Milrow. Escapes the pocket. And there's that slide at the end, Brock. Good decision-making there as he picks up close to 8 on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
We'll give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Milrow. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to take this one down at the 25.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. 6-yard gain on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Ravens needing 4 points.
Ready.
All right, they look set now. Here we go, first and 10.
Here we go. Start.
Running once more with Henry. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
The one thing I can say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Here he is to throw. Gets this to Bateman. And they are going to have to face a 3rd down here, but only need a yard at most as this play picks up 7.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Henry's going to try to pick it up. He's fighting all he can, but won't get that final yard. They're going to have 4th down coming up. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Ready.
Oh, quick throw here, left side. It's an 8-yard gain, and a great call there on 4th down. Keeps this drive moving.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
He'll look to throw it. Headed out right. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Absolutely Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
32.
The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. First and 10 coming up. Jaguars ready to take advantage of some good field position they've got here. Setting up to pass. Big catch made, and he got both feet in. How about 29 yards on first down? And that's good for a new set of downs. All their timeouts left, but not much time itself. It's first and 10. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. Now a timeout's called. It's not their last one, though, so they can try another play before setting up for that field goal. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another first and 10.
Here's the 24. Hey, here's the 10%.
From the shotgun, Lawrence. They don't connect there, and now just 3 seconds showing on the clock.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. This is going to be a 38-yarder from the right hash. The kick is good. He got it. And in the final moments, they force overtime. And in overtime here, Brock, I know you love this one. A touchdown, no longer an instant victory. No matter the outcome of that opening series, the other side gets the football with a chance to then tie or win it. And if we're tied after those two drives, we'll play on until there's another score or time expires. What a season opener we're being treated to here, Brock, as the ball is teed up. Here we go in overtime. Here's Wester on the return. And that's going to set them up just beyond their own 20.
Wester on the return. The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Going trips left here as they get set. First and 10. The drive begins with Henry. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Come on, come on. 60 Maverick. 70 Lions.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Short pass brought in. For a second, we both thought he'd get the first, but he winds up being just shy of it. Gain of 8, third down.
Brings up third and 2.
Here he is on third and short. Brought in right side. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Well, the offense is certainly moving on the right track so far in past years for a potential game-winning touchdown. But let's not forget, Brock, the other side will get a chance to answer no matter what happens on this opening series.
Yep, and that response is something for their defense to worry about. All these 11 gentlemen need to do is continue the steady progress downfield and getting that opening first down. So critical to any possession, but even more so in overtime.
Chance to take the lead and set themselves up for a win. Gotta make this count as they come up on second down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal, 18.
Milrow from the gun. That pass pulled in by Henry. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs. First down from the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Pistol now for Milrow. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Forced to the ground and
This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice. The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Ready?
Trying to extend this overtime drive. They only need 1 yard. This is third down.
Come on.
Quickly looking left, and it's complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first. We've set it down from 37.
19.
First and 10 at the 37-yard
Panther
line.
60. Panther 11. 19 Lions. 65. Go.
Milrow with it on first. Sends this to the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Second and 10, Milrow to throw. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Well, he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game, because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, that's when one pick becomes two becomes three, and on and on.
And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's going to be a Baltimore first.
Let's go. Ready?
To throw, here's Milrow. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down.
That is somebody it's tough to truly overthrow, but it can happen. I know what he was thinking, Kate. I'm going to put this in the spot where only my guy gets it. Problem was, that spot was even too high for him.
He was looking for Zay Flowers. That's going to leave him with a tough third and long. He's been a frequent target throughout this game, Brock. We've seen that coverage tighten up a little bit more on him every time the ball's thrown his way.
Well, hasn't taken him off the board completely. He's still beating them for some catches, but that heightened focus defensively does lead to moments like that one where what would normally be a catch falls incomplete.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. To throw. Connects with Bateman. And he's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Ravens first down. All right, so an important landmark crossed on that play. They're inside the red zone now, partner. Now, new overtime rules mean they can't win it with a touchdown, but more times than not, a touchdown does ensure they don't lose it on that series either.
Yeah, and you do all this work, all this heavy lifting to get into the red zone, it's got to be a touchdown, and that's all you're thinking offensively. You are not going to feel good coming off the field if you got to settle for 3.
And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens claim a 6-point lead. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime. The challenge has been laid down, partner, and it's time to see if they have an answer prepared as we're off again. And he's going to field this one in the end zone without a return. So that's going to bring us out to the 35-yard line. The Jaguars in a good starting spot here, coming up on 1st and 10. Now it's his turn in overtime. He's going to loft this deep down the left sideline. He's got it inside the 10. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their third, as they'll have none remaining in OT.
And the Jaguars first First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
4 downs to get this across. Here's first and goal.
Hey, let's go. 11. He's 30 left.
From the red zone on first. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that makes it second and goal.
13, Luke. Thing's right open. Hey, tomato. Done. 11, Agate.
Lawrence working from the gun. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. All right, so defensively you've seen 2 throws now. You turn both of them away. It seems fairly likely you have another one coming up here on 3rd and goal.
It does, and I think defensively, now you've really got to protect against the QB extending the play. Right after a couple incompletions, Kate, you know as a quarterback, if it's not there right away, I better be creative to try to find 6.
And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. Well, partner, long season ahead, but undoubtedly a good start here today, getting the win in week 1.
Yeah, a bad start now on the other side can snowball on you. 1 loss into 2 into 3 and so on. But you get that early win, it can get you playing at a midseason level in the early goings of a season and lead to a really good start that has you talking playoff hopes in the front half of the schedule.
Well, that'll do it for us, for Brock Heward and our entire hard-working crew. I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.